So here we have Let's Do It. I've tapped on this, and we're going to categorize apps in the following order. Time well spent will be Bible, Coursera, Psychometer, and iBooks. And the rest will be Facebook, which are time wasters: Facebook, Fantasy Pros, Instagram. Linda is also a time well spent app. And the rest being Netflix, Yahoo, YouTube are all time wasters. Clicking on Start, and moving on to step 3. Did I complete the task successfully? Yes, I did. Very easy to do, and overall it was very easy. So tap Start and take about 30 to 45 seconds to navigate through the app to familiarize with the app. So here we have a progress report. This is a log of time well spent in the green bubbles and time wasted in the pink bubbles. And here, so we can navigate between hourly, which gives me a vertical bar chart, so I can have let's say at 6 a.m. I spent 32 minutes on Facebook and 9 minutes reading the Bible. A Psychometer, iBooks, all the way to 9 p.m. So this is a day, and I can switch between days using these arrow buttons here. And we can go through monthly. Gives me August to January, and I can toggle between these selections. That has stopped working here. So here we are, weekly app usage. So basically, progress shows you a progress report. I wish that if I wanted to tap on this, let's say we're at the weekly mark right here, and I wanted to tap at this bubble, green bubble, and I wanted to see a specific log of how much time I've spent in, let's just say, Friday. That definitely does not, it's a prototype, but that's something that would be really cool to see. Switching between app usage, here we have a pie chart, so better visual. So all of the calculations in the visual presentation here are giving you bar charts and pie charts. I find these very neat and pretty nifty. I'm a very visual person, so definitely gives me a better understanding of, better than just giving me a list of what time and like the times that I've used the app. So this is really great. Here we have screen time of total between this week. This gives me 31 hours and a cut down log of how many apps that I've used this month or this week, and they are listed by the most app, or the app that has been used the most time, 43%, which is Facebook. Finally, we're at control. Let's go ahead and move on to step 6. Yes, I was able to walk around the app and familiarize myself with whatever each section is about. App usage, I have yet to explore control, but I hopefully will have time in the next steps to do that. Overall, the task is very easy to do. It's easy to understand what each section is about, how I can navigate between monthly, hourly, daily, even switch between progress and app usage. Check on the hourly progress on January 29th. So here we're going to go to progress, hourly, January 29th. That has already been shown. How much time was used on time well spent apps? Total time well spent apps, 1 hour and 58 minutes has been used. It's very clear to understand what that this bar right here is about. So on January 28th, let's go ahead and navigate one day back. How much time was used on time wasted apps? Time wasted apps, I've used 1 hour and 20 minutes. And checking on the monthly progress, was the time wasted in December lower or higher than time well spent? So monthly, was the time wasted in December lower or higher than time well spent? So I want to specifically look at December and time wasted. This is actually not functional. What I intended by moving this was to give me a, you know how this is from August to January? If I condense that, that would only give me a December. I can customize that to only show December. That's what I was intending. So December, it seems like time wasted was higher than time well spent. Definitely because of the holidays, you know. And view on the app usage on January 29th. So app usage, we go to this bottom time logo here and we're going to look at January 29th. And that is actually not showing me 29th. Oh, weekly. There we go. So weekly does not show the current day. I believe hourly would be the current day that I am on. And here we have how much time was spent on Cyclemeter app. Cyclemeter was 36 minutes. And on the app usage on January 28th, we're going to navigate one day back. There we go. That took a few clicks. I thought that I was unable to view January 28th, but there we go. What is the percentage of time spent on Fantasy Pros app? Fantasy Pros, here we have 14 minutes. And did the progress of time well spent increase or decrease from the week of, so let's go ahead and navigate to week, and the week of 22nd to 28th, the time of, so here we have 31 total hours, time well spent. I would definitely have to, let's see, navigate between the two. So it seems like just moving back from the previous week to this week, you can't really have a comparison between the two. So I definitely had to manually compare. It seems like January 15th to 21st, I had 7 hours on iBook, and moving on, I had 8 hours. So definitely had more hours time wasted. And time well spent increased by 1 hour. However, I'm not sure if, yeah, so that is the only comparison that I have. It doesn't really give you a visual change in here, and it doesn't give you a whether or not you have increased or decreased from last week, which would be really nifty to have to show a progress on how much you changed this week versus just viewing just this week's log, if that makes sense. So I believe it increased the iBooks log increased 1 hour. And we're going to go to the monthly app usage. So monthly app usage, which time waster app recorded the highest number of time spent in the last 6 months? So here are the last 6 months, and time waster app recorded with the highest usage is definitely Facebook. Was the time well spent in January lower or higher than time wasted? So here I would have to I would want to, I wouldn't be able to see that on the app usage, but rather the progress. Let's go to monthly. In January, time well spent was definitely higher than time wasted. What percentage of the app usage was recorded for the Bible app in the week of January 15 to 21st? App usage, we're going to go to the week of 15 to 21st, and the Bible app was recorded at 5%. So it's very easy to understand what these percentage marks mean here. I'm a little bit confused on what this lock is for. Does that restrict you to a certain amount of times, or what does this lock mean? So I'm not really clear on what that feature is for. So on the control screen, change the time limit to 3 hours. So click on control and time limit / app. I'm going to tap on that, and here we go. 3 and return. So that has been changed to 3. What I was expecting when I tapped on that, was to have a numerical keypad jump out, and then I would be able to change, or even a counter that I can scroll through to set the hours. That was definitely not what I expected, to have this automatically change on the form itself. So did I complete that task successfully? Yes. I'm going to rate this as a 4. It took quite a few taps to get that to respond. On the control screen, add hours lock. So hours lock, and we're going to add from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. This is what I mean by the scroll that I meant earlier. So we're going to do 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. and only on weekdays. So every day, weekends, this week, today only, this week, this month. So it doesn't give you weekdays option. That's not present here. By selecting this week, does that eliminate Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? So weekdays option is not present here. I'm going to just change that to this week for now. And did I complete the task successfully? Yes, I did, but the time set for the weekdays is a little bit unclear. So I'm going to say I'm not sure. Overall, this task is very easy to complete, just a few bugs here and there, but it's essentially rated as 5. So what are your overall impressions of the digiLyfe app? Explain your answer. So this is a very, very good visual app for those who are visual people. It gives you very good progress bars to get a better understanding of, oh, what did I use this day, or this week, and even this month. So it would be really nice to have a better comparison feature that you can compare app usage to last week. I don't see that so far. I can only see this week, and I would have to toggle between the week before and the current week to get a better comparison. But overall, I find this to be a very nifty app and definitely very useful. So let's go ahead and move on to step 24. Which screen on the app do you find most useful? Definitely the app usage screen. I can see that this week I've used so much, 13 hours of Facebook, or even if I go to change hourly, today how many total screen time hours I've used. And for this one, I can get a really nice visual understanding of, oh, I spent close to half of my time just wasting my time. And what can we do to improve the design of the app? I feel like it's designed very well, even if, let's just say, number one, I don't know what these lock meters are about, what that is for. The compare and contrast feature would be really cool, but overall, I find this to be a very clean, very easy to understand, and very easy to navigate app. You don't have a lot of fancy and confusing navigation menus here. So for new users, it's very clear that, okay, this is how they view their usage. But at the control bar, one big question is, does this log every single app in your phone? And here we have an hours lock and location lock. So it would be nice to have a tutorial or a quick short bubble that tells you what the location lock is for. If this only logs your work, when your progress, or logs your usage if you're at this location, or does that mean that it turns off when you're at this location? So library has been turned off, but work and church have been turned on. What does that mean specifically? Hours lock. Hours lock, does that mean that my phone will be locked during that time? And if that's the case, how do I unlock it if per emergency situations? Does it lock specific apps? And if so, I don't see what if there's a feature that makes me select a specific app to lock. I don't see that so far. Overall, the tasks performed earlier were, when we say 6 is very easy. It took me a second to navigate around this prototype and try to figure out why the arrows were not working, but overall, I had a blast. How could not confident rated 1 or confident rated 7 are you that you completed the task successfully? I'm going to say 7, very confident, or 6.5 actually, because can't get out of the screen. There we go. So at the control, the weekday, and weekend meter were not clear. And how difficult rated 1 or easy rated 5 was it to understand the information on the digiLyfe app? Very, very easy to understand. Here we have a better visual of your timer, and even if you didn't understand this visual at the top, you can get a list at the bottom. It'd be really cool to be able to tap on this, get a Facebook, and then have that highlight here, but that is a little bit too complicated. I can correlate between the top section and the bottom section, so the information is very easy to understand. Even in the progress bar here, you can see, wow, I've really flipped my app usage upside down. So I'm going to say this as a 4. The app is easy to use. Explain your answer. Yes, very easy to use. Like I said, I'm a new user, never seen this before, and I'm able to navigate through all sections and understand how to change the controls pretty much. Actually going to rate this as a 4, just one step down because of the location lock. Don't quite know what that will, what features that will change. It is easy to navigate within the app. Navigate, yes. Go to rate this as a 5. All the sections are pretty clear. How to exit, how to enter, what this is for. So I'm going to rate this as a 5. And I find the app is well designed and easy to use. I would say this as a 3. It's not quite easy to use prototype wise, but I can pretty much understand how to navigate between weeks. It would be nice if this was more enunciated, not in the arrows are not hidden that well and blending into the rest of the text. Tutorial bubbles here and there would be really helpful also. So the app has a clean and simple presentation, definitely rating that as a 5. I strongly agree. And how do you manage the time you spent on devices? So now I don't have a specific time manager. It's really by my own self-control, and by watching the clock. So I have not explored a lot of time managing apps out there, and really excited to see this come out so I can really test the final product, and looking forward to seeing that help me kick bad habits. So we're at the end of this test. I would likely to use this app. Explain your answer. I'm going to rate this as a 4. Like I said, I haven't used something like this, and really interested in seeing how it will affect my daily productivity, and just give me a better understanding of how much time I'm using on social media, on games, and even on my phone.